friends. How are you guys? Francisco? Not so sure. Anyways, good to have you. Hi, guys. So, people are coming in fast tonight. This is exciting. So, let's start right away. My name is Lisa Ramushkat. I'm so excited to have you guys for another episode of 21 Minutes with. This is our live interview show by Hyrox for you guys, and I'm going to interview every week a very interesting personality out of our Hyrox world. We had people, Imke, no, I'm giving it away already. We had Mintra, who designed the whole race. We had people from the States, we had winners, we had everyone, and we're gonna keep going just the same. And I already gave it away. We have Imke Salander with us today, who won the race as well, but we're gonna talk about it all in just a second. Shoot your questions whenever you have any. This is an interaction thing, okay? So don't be shy, and I'm gonna get her in right away. I already saw that she sent me a request. No. Imke, where are you? I saw her already. Maybe I was too excited. Imke? No. Wait, did she leave me again? Can I click here? No. Imke, homeboy, where are you? There you are. Here we go. Little cringe moment in the beginning. That's all right, though. That's all right.
Yay!
Girl! I was like, where is she?
Gotta pick up the volume. There we go.
All right, and I'm gonna start our 21-minute countdown right away. You ready?
Yes.
Then let's shoot. How are you, girl? Let's begin right there.
I'm really good. I have 3 drinks, so I always drink like Diet Coke, tea, water. I just had my meal. I'm full. I'm like, oh, yeah.
All right. Maybe you won't finish all the 3 drinks within the 21 minutes, but that's okay.
No time to drink.
Yeah, no. 21 minutes is pretty short. So I'm going to jump right in. First question for every single of my interview partners. If you could do a Hyrox double with any person in this whole wide world, no limits right now. Not even the sky is the limit, you know? That kind of level. Who would you do your Hyrox double with?
I think I'd choose my dad.
Your dad?
It would be so exciting to see my dad perform because I know he used to be this great athlete, and right now I just know that when I did athletic competitions, he'd be at the sideline shouting, "Come on, pick up your knees," and I'm like running in front of me to be like, "What the fuck, like I'm trying." So I'd love to have him by my side and being like, "Look, that's what it feels like." Yeah, that would be fun. Or the German rapper Contra K, that would be fun as well because he's really hot and I think he's quite fit.
Okay, well, I was like, okay, so that's kind of random, but all right. So either dad or Contra K.
I'm not all about winning the double here. I'm more into like the communication.
Yeah. Okay. I like that though. What kind of athlete was your dad?
He was a 400-meter hurdles and long jumper, so like athletics.
Interesting. And let's go, like, let's dig a little deeper. You were into athleticism as well, like way back, right?
Yeah.
Like competitive wise. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's how I started. So my dad just took me to the track when I was like 6 or something. And I just did athletics, but I also played football and tennis. So I was doing a bit of everything. But running is what always stuck with me. So I then went off to boarding school. And then when I came back at age 17, I was like, okay, you can just maybe I have time now to try and be my best at athletics. But then I was thinking, okay, if I actually want to reach like more than German championships, so that's all I ever reached, like German championship level. If I want to go higher than that, then I need to join the army or the police force or some kind of structure, because otherwise I couldn't, I wouldn't know how to earn money, because poorly, sadly, with athletics in Germany, you really don't earn money.
Yeah.
It really sucks. But so then I decided, actually, I want to do so much more. So I'll keep training. I'll keep doing all the stuff I like doing, but I don't really need the competitions.
I see. Interesting, though. Maybe you can explain to me and to our users what running, as you said, which became your favorite discipline, and what that actually makes you feel. Because I was a field hockey player, and running for me was always, the the requirement or the necessity in order to be able to do what I like, which was
I know.
competing on the field on the weekends
A
in
lot
the
of people
team.
don't like running. I'm just gonna make this
Yeah.
because I think it's dirty. Okay.
Looks fine to me, no worries. Oh, look, someone's flipping us off big time.
Oh, hello.
Masood, okay, love you too.
Yeah, lots of love to you. What was the question?
The running, like what excites you about running?
Yeah.
Help me understand. Make me feel it too.
Yeah, well, I think for me, the great thing about running, firstly, is that I can just do it whenever I want. So I'm all into not wanting to be dependent of certain people or certain things. And with running, I feel like I am dependent on nothing really, apart from maybe running shoes and a sports bra. But apart from that, you can do it anywhere at all times. Like there's no limit. I like that. I also like that you can saying no limits. You could always push faster. You could always push further. So there's always room for improvement. But then talking about the emotional aspect, I think quite a few people probably know this because I've talked about this before. So my mum passed away in 2009. And that's when I really realized that running is so much more to me than not only competing and like doing athletics competitions, but actually it's kind of my escape where I run and I don't think about anything. It's just my body kind of working and my thoughts are silent. And in a time where you are so much confronted with your own emotions, it's actually nice to have a getaway where you don't think about anything. And that was kind of the only way for me to shut down.
I see. And then, well, but following you on Instagram, you do a whole lot of functional training and weight training as well. So it's not only running, I suppose, that helps you silence your thoughts or that really gets you going, right?
Yeah, exactly. So at some point I realized, oh, actually, running is not the only thing that makes my thoughts silent, and there are other ways to push my body's boundaries. Yeah. Because when you're in that kind of zone where you go beyond your boundaries or beyond what you think you can do, that's when you drift off from your everyday thoughts. That's when you come into a different kind of realm and you get these weird other thoughts, or you just think nothing. And yeah, so that's when with 19, I think I discovered, oh, weights are fun as well. And on top of that, I also, of course, realized how much weight training actually improves my running. So like until 19, I was like thick thin. And I was like, I had muscles because, running gives you muscles as well, of course. Obviously. But like this more explosive power, all of that I got from including weights into my training, basically.
That's so interesting. And then I remember you saying, I don't remember where or on what platform, but that competing did something to you. Like you did compete, and then at one point you felt like you didn't feel well or comfortable competing, but it rather stressed you out so much.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get into that as
Absolutely.
well.
So at the point where I realized, oh, actually, I'm doing all this training not because of the competition's sake, but for myself, I kind of lost interest already in competing. And I realized that at every athletics competition, I was like completely burned out before I had even run, because I had been training the whole weeks before. Because like not training in order to be good at the competition was never an option for me. Because then I thought, okay, but then I have like 2 weeks of tampering around, not doing proper training, just so I have 1 day of competing. Like that doesn't make sense to me. And like athletics competitions in Germany, again, it's a sad game. Like you win and it's like, great, so what did I win now? Nothing. So it's not a big satisfaction. And then, yeah, I mean, I just realized after competing, after that, again, like starting up competing again, that I sometimes just stress myself too much. And I didn't like that. I didn't like having 2 weeks or sometimes 1 week of just thinking about this competition, being like, oh my God, you have to be there. You have to be your best. I always want to give my 100%, but I want to I don't want it to be a big thing if this 100% is only like really weak on one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like, if you compete, everything is like poured onto this one day, and that was just, I don't know, I don't like it.
That's so interesting though, because comparing that to myself, like I can totally see cycles in my motivation. Oh, cheers. There we go with the first
Yeah,
drink.
so.
So I totally motivate myself in cycles, or you know, towards a certain goal. Like if I don't know, dedicated myself towards competing at a Hyrox competition, I'd be like, okay, so now I have a goal. Now it's so much easier for me to get to go to work out actually every day or something. But when I don't have a specific goal, and I do agree though that you totally you're able to quiet your mind while working out, which is a blessing for me as well. But that's like not enough of a motivation for me to work out daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think a lot of people have that problem, which is obviously not bad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no.
It's great if you need like a marathon or some kind of race to help yourself focus on your training. That's absolutely fine. I personally always think it's actually such a great mental achievement if you can bring up the energy to think every day, okay, I want to do my best. Regardless if there's a competition, regardless of if anybody is watching, I don't have to post anything on Instagram about my training.
Yeah.
I just want to do this for me. And that's actually an interesting terrain, which I'm talking about now, because at some point, of course, starting the whole Instagram, I realized that my training is not only for me anymore, but I'm actually sharing it with others. And now when I go into training, of course, I'm doing it for myself, but at the same time, I know, I should probably show something in order to deliver, because that's kind of my job as well. And in that, having said that, I do actually have days where I say, today I'm going to not take my phone. I'm gonna only do my training, because again, it stresses me and it kind of takes away the glamour if I realize today I'm not training only for myself. So I try to keep that private and to myself as well.
So you gave me the perfect, you know, the pass basically to continue with the next topic, which is Instagramming. Tell us how you got into Instagramming, because you have a huge follower base by now, and as you said, you're not doing it only for yourself right now, but you're sharing it, and you're you're basically doing it as a team right now. So maybe you can tell us how you got into it, if it was planned maybe, or if you ever actually thought of, I'm just gonna say it, thought of being an influencer, and that could be any type of future or professional
Absolutely not. Like at that point, I started 2000 and I don't know, like 15. I had Instagram, and it was more to update my friends in England, because they all had it already, of course.
Yeah.
And they were showing me like, oh, this is what we're doing in England, and I was uploading my pictures and being like, oh, this is life in Germany.
Yeah, okay, I see.
At that point, I was still doing everything I do now. I was always training, and sometimes I would film myself, and I would like, I don't know, like send it to my dad, be like, look what I can squat, and he'd be like, great. What the
and
fuck?
he'd be like, knees up, knees higher.
Exactly, you know, like that's not enough. And so at one point, Under Armour approached me, because they were looking for someone who was just known in their own field of being a runner who runs a lot. They weren't looking for someone who had a huge following. They weren't looking for like a pro athlete. They was just looking for someone who's like positive and passionate about their running. And Sayed, you probably know him if you're in Hamburg, you know, is a great trainer in Hamburg. And he recommended me to them. So they approached me. And we started to work together, and that all worked out really well. And from 2016 onwards, they were just like, okay, it would be great if you just let us know, like post some snippets of your training. So that's kind of what I started, and then it just all kind of came into place. Like, of course, the more you post, the more questions you get from people, the more brands get interested in what you're doing, and you get to like advertise certain sports things. And it just literally happened.
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, well, I firstly want to say someone's watching from India, which is crazy. Arjun, What's up, homie? You, you said right now that people are approaching you, that you're getting a lot of feedback, and that was actually something that I really wanted to get into our conversation as well, because we're both girls, we know other girls, everyone gets insecure about their body sometimes, and you actually, you show your body, obviously working out and everything, you obviously necessarily show kind of your body, and you get a lot of feedback, and people tell you terrible things too, like you have too many muscles, you're too strong, you're too skinny, like whatever. How do you deal with that? Because we all have days when you're like not tough, when you're not feeling strong, when you're not immune against negative things.
So the most important rule is, well, firstly, you're never too anything. Like that's something you
bless you. Yeah.
You are never too anything. And then, of course, on those days, that the ones that you just described, where you feel shitty and you already feel down, of course I have them, like loads. And I try not to go on social media in those days, because that's exactly where the shit happens. Like when you see other people and then it gets even worse, and you like, everyone's so amazing, so pretty and so sporty, and I'm like, really, I'm not that great, and I'm whatever. So it's kind of a downward spiral. And also, of course, I have like the most amazing family, and my brother and my sister here with me living, and that's always a huge support. So we can always like talk to each other, and of course, if someone's not feeling great, it's always very uplifting to talk to someone who's close to you. And I don't want to be that person on social media that people or girls look at and be like, oh, I want to be exactly like her, she's perfect, because I am so not perfect. And I, like everyone else, have these days where I look into the mirror and I'm like, I look hideous, like where's all this, I look fluffy and I don't want to be this and I don't want to be that, and
I feel you.
Everyone has that. And
definitely,
but actually as well, it took me time to realize that is the case, that everyone has it. And I can have the best six-pack, the most defined whatever, you will still have those days. It's never ever going to stop. People are all just like that.
But like, bless you though, you share that very openly with everyone, which again helps other people too, not just seeing you working out every day and at your strongest, but also when you're like struggling just like everyone else.
Yeah, but it's funny, because at the beginning, like for the first say 2 or 3 years of influencing, I didn't show that. I was literally only showing my workouts because I thought that's what people want to see. And then I just remember this one day where I was so sad, and really I there was nothing specific happened, but I just felt really shitty. And for some reason I felt the need to express that. So I told my people, I don't know, I didn't have that many followers, but I just spoke into the camera and was like, today's one of those days I could start crying and I don't even know why, and I feel really shit. And I got so many messages that I thought, oh, of course, like what, nobody wants to see the perfect life all the time. It's fucking boring. I didn't just swear.
I guess it's all right. Here we're amongst each other, so that's all right. I feel you though. So for more reality on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Right?
Of course.
We have, Imke, another user question. XOOX Maro, I don't know, asks, do you do rest days, or how often do you train per week?
So I don't have a fixed schedule. I'm not like, oh, Monday is leg day, Tuesday I go running, because I structure my training with my work. So on some days when I'm traveling a lot and stuff, then I tend to just go for a quick run or something. But I don't have those set days. I don't even have a planned rest day, although I do recommend that if you are training for a competition and you want to be good at it. I would say have at least one day or even two where you say, I will never ever train on that day, regardless if I feel fit or not. But I don't have that because, firstly, I don't compete like apart from Hyrox, but I'm not like a pro athlete in that term. And I also actually really like, for me, a rest day is like going for a 5K run, going really slow paced, just it's like going for a walk. So that is a rest day. I count that as rest day as well, which is not great, but yeah. So a day of
Right.
really literally not doing anything is like 3 times a year, maybe when I'm ill or something.
Yeah, fair though. There
Yeah.
was another user question actually beforehand, which fits in right now pretty well. It is, how do you plan or structure your workouts? And I can totally relate to that because I think you do plan and structure your workouts yourself, like you
Yeah.
program yourself. And I would consider myself like, you know, a solid athlete. I've been through a zillion preseasons, you know, all the movements and stuff, but still I wouldn't feel confident enough to, you know, cheers again, second drink, to, you know, you know, do my own programming because I wouldn't know how to put the single parts together in order to have a like senseful workout in the end.
Well, first of all, I have to say not all my workouts are sensible.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm sitting at home and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to smash legs for sure. And everybody at the gym is already taking the piss because they say, oh, you're the one who always trains legs. But I just love legs.
Oh, really?
But then, so I sit at home and I'm like, I'm going to train legs. And then I get to the gym and I realize, oh, my legs are still so sore from running. Like I can't even do anything. And then I kind of adapt the training. So that happens as well. But apart from that, I literally just try to listen to my body and think, okay, so if my upper body is sore, I will do something for the lower body. And if I feel like my neural system is too overloaded, then I definitely won't do a circuit. If I feel fresh, I'll do a circuit. So it's literally just try and error, basically.
Spontaneous.
And again, because I'm not training for a competition, that is possible. Like if I was an athlete doing wanting to compete at the 400 meters, I wouldn't successfully write the plan for myself. I mean, I would, because I wouldn't do rest days for starters, and that would probably like fuck up my whole training.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
That's also probably another reason why I was never that great at athletics competition, because I never had a proper coach. So
interesting.
Yeah.
You're your own coach. That's all right.
That's okay.
Nice coach.
Yeah.
Question number 2 that I ask every of my interview guests: which other sport, apart from, in your case, functional fitness, would you dominate?
Dominate? Wow.
You're like,
actually, I used to, and I still love playing soccer. The thing is, though, I was always really shit at scoring goals. But I think I would make a good left wing, because you like run a lot midfield and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
So I just be like running. That's what I used to do as well on field. I just run and pass the balls, but I shouldn't be up front scoring, because that's not going to work.
That's all right. You always need a runner in your team, so
yeah,
that's pretty good. Which person would you like to compete against sometimes?
Well, this is a tough one for me.
Oh, 21 minutes are over.
Oh,
We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. It's all right.
Well, that's a tough one for me, because when I compete, like a Hyrox or something, I tend to completely black out who's actually competing, because if I have people next to me and I'm like, okay, what's he doing? What's she doing? Then that just makes me even more
Really?
nervous. Yeah. So I would have to say someone who doesn't really care about competitions either. So my sister, for example, because I know she would be like running next to me. She'd be like, come on, let's go so we can have drinks afterwards. Hurry up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Look, and then our Hyrox daddy Mo Fürste just joined the club.
Ooh.
What's up? What's up, boss?
I just recorded a podcast with him. He's already missing me. Miss you too.
Yeah. Love and peace. That's actually one question I wrote down. So tell us one thing about Mo that nobody knows yet.
Ooh, one thing about...
That you're spending a lot of time due to the podcast recording. You've been to... He's like Tinder. What? Is that like the buzzword from the last show?
Tinder is a big topic in our next podcast, which is coming very, very soon, to say the least.
He's like, I'm leaving, bye. Okay. This is gonna be saved, so
I don't really have any secrets about him, to be honest. I think I spoiled them all on the podcast already. I told the whole story of how we met and how he drunk and texted me when I was at a hotel after we met, whatever. But he then claimed that it wasn't him texting, but his friend. So that kind of got out of control. But if you want to hear the whole
Whatever.
story, listen to our podcast. I
That's so good, though.
All his secrets I know on there.
All right. Is that podcast in German, though? Yes, it is. You're still there.
Yeah, it's in German.
Yeah, it's in German, unfortunately. Maybe sometime soon in English. Maybe you can give us, though, a little bit of insight as well on, from your side, how you feel that Hyrox developed over the years as a brand, because you've basically been there from
just plugging in my phone.
That's all right. From day zero, you've been on like the very first commercials. You've competed in so many of the events. Now you've been abroad with them. You've competed overseas. Then you won. Then you're now face of the brand. You're doing the podcast. You're so involved. What does this development mean for you?
Well, what I absolutely love about this is that I am a huge fan of people that have a vision and they're just like, we're just going to try. We're just going to do it. Like, it might work, it might not work, but we really want to do this and we're just going to try.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. Like, all of them together, like Teddy and Michael and Moritz, and of course everyone else involved, but for starters, and they just said, we really want to do this, so let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And I also remember the very, very first photo shoot, which we did, where we were trying out all the exercises. And that's also the first time in my life that I did a wall ball or was at the ski erg.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd done it all even before.
No. It was the first time. And we were all like, okay, so how does this actually work? And they just explained. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to throw the ball up here. Fair enough. And I actually even remember even before that when Moritz wrote me a text. No, he wrote me on Facebook. We hadn't spoken for ages, and he wrote me, yeah, we have this idea of a fitness competition, and we want to do a shooting for that, a photo shoot, and we kind of need someone to throw the wall balls and stuff, and you don't look that unfit, so maybe you can join. And I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll do it. And then they gave me the ticket for the first competition, and I just kind of joined. And it was really fun. And I think since then, the development obviously has been huge because so many people realized that you don't have to be a runner, you don't have to be a lifter, you don't have to really be anything apart from an ambitious person who's into new adventures and sports to try this out. It's literally for everybody. Everybody can join, everybody can go. And the spirit has always been the same, as in exquisite, whatever. Really, really great from the start, and that's something that it hasn't lost its spark, and that's really special in my eyes.
I like that. You said you don't have to be the perfect runner, you don't have to be the perfect lifter, and anyways, I was gonna say hence, wrong word. Anyways, you're so good at all of these disciplines. Was doing Hyrox, or is the track, is the race easy for you?
No. I mean, if Hyrox is easy, you're doing something wrong, because then at some point you're not giving your best. Because the thing is about Hyrox, a lot of people look at it and think, 100 wall balls, I can do that. Lunges, no problem. But they forget they have been running before that. And they have been pushing the sled and all of that. And it's that
killing all your muscle groups, basically, already.
It's whole shebang that makes Hyrox so difficult. And apart from that, that sled is so asshole heavy. So I think we're all
you use those words, go girl.
Yeah, I mean, we all agree that the sled is probably the worst thing. Actually, I think every time I say that, I'm like, actually no, rowing's the worst. No, I really don't like the wall balls.
No, the wall balls.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah, I never think it's easy, never ever. There hasn't been one single Hyrox where during the race I haven't thought, maybe I'll just stop here. Maybe this is enough. I have that thought every single time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the thought okay, this feels better than the last one?
No.
Today, I've done this 3 times now. Today I feel like I'm
No,
owning
but I
this?
do. No, no, no. But I do. What I try to think of is before I go to the line, I think to myself, it can't be that bad. You have done it before. And that's something I don't only do at Hyrox, I do it loads of times.
Mental
And
strength.
again, coming back to my mother passing away, quite often when I have like a really shit issue in my life, I think you've had worse, you survived worse, and you smiled at some point afterwards. So this can't be that bad. And that's literally something that has helped me so many times. Yeah.
So we're way past our 21 minutes, but you know, as long as people are still watching, I think we can keep going too. So let's talk quickly or briefly at least about mental fitness. Because, you know, you saying you felt a little, let's say, if it's wrong, please correct me, like anxious going into competitions or not happy or, you know, dealing with your mother's death, which it can't get bigger than that, basically. And still gaining strength or, you know, getting something out of sports. How important is mental fitness and how do these two link for you?
It's everything basically. I mean, if you can have the fittest body, but if you're not fit mentally and if you're not able to control your thoughts or even to use your thoughts, then I don't think you will ever be that great at sports, to be honest. Because it's also a lot about having you need to be able to reflect on yourself, and that's something that not everyone can do, and it's definitely something that I had to learn. That you learn to analyze yourself, and also that you have the courage to be alone with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
So that would be like the tip that I can give everyone. If you're sitting in a room and your thoughts kind of go really dark and you just think really negative things all the time, but you can't figure out why, then that is definitely a scream that you should learn to deal with your own thoughts and to sit.
Oh no, you're gone. Oh, you're back.
So you have to sit down and kind of learn to deal with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
wonderful.
That's an important approach, yeah. And then maybe if you conquered whatever you're going through, it's easier for you to, you know, deal with the fear you have maybe right before a race or something.
Sure.
So, or you know, starting the sled
Sure.
that everyone hates. You're like, no, I can do this though. I can try.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. We have a question down here. Let's see. What's the 2021 season look like in the states of COVID distancing on machines, face masks? Yeah, okay. Probably the wrong question for us too right here. I really hope that I will be able to answer all of those questions about upcoming events in the future. Just talk to one of our colleagues. We might have an extra episode of 21 minutes just on that topic. All right, Imke, we have 3 trivia questions now, all right? 21 minutes trivia.
Okay.
It's you against me. I don't know the questions. I don't know the answers. The winner gets to give away 1 free ticket, 1 free starting ticket on one of the upcoming events.
Nice.
All right, so you better play hard, homie. All right. True or false? There are 100 dimples on a golf ball.
False.
Yeah, I would say false too. But you go false, I go correct. It's false. Oh, this is a tough one.
It's more, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's more. 300 to 500. Yeah, 100 is not enough. Okay. 1-0.
So proud of me.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
True or false? The longest distance between blah blah blah. There was no word such as between in this sentence. The longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 175 meters.
Like that or down?
I guess straight.
Doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Distance.
No, I think it's longer. False.
Yeah, it's a good one though. It's true! Yes!
That sucks. That's so far. Kidding.
I wonder how long that takes.
100 and what?
75. 175.
Oh, maybe that is quite far.
Well,
Someone out
probably
there needs to beat
no
that.
need.
Come on, guys. Someone needs to beat that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so it's 1-1. Lucky me because I didn't do anything. Last one. Come on. For your community, let's go.
Come, guys.
True or false? The first Olympic Games honored Alexander the Great.
False.
It's false. They honored Zeus, the king of the Greek gods. What? I didn't know that either.
So I get to give away a spot?
Anyways, you get to give away a spot. You can either, post it, or someone, or if you want to give it in this chat right now.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. I think that would be cool. So,
yeah.
Who of you guys wants a Hyrox spot? If you do, you need to write the monkey emoji that goes like this.
Go on. So, blind monkey in the comments now if you want Imke's free spot for another race. So we're going to give them a second.
They can pick the race they want to go?
Sure. Any race.
Are you all scared? I talked so much about the heavy ass sled that nobody's like, oh no.
Yeah. No, but actually, literally every single person. Oh, we got one!
There we have. So, shall we just pick the first one, I guess, right? Yeah.
Your rules. Clarably. Nice one. Nice name. Congrats, Clarably. Nice one.
Congrats. The sled's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Enjoy the sled. XOXO Imke. Nah, it's doable though. Sure. All right, girl. And then I got the last question for today. And I got big hopes on this one, actually. What is your most awkward moment as an athlete?
Ooh.
Like working out. It can be in the gym. It can be at a race.
I think the most awkward moment, but it was also a huge learning, was at a athletics competition where I was running the 800 meters. And it was quite an important competition. And I thought to myself, what happens if I run the first 400 like really, really fast? Maybe afterwards I would kind of manage. It's 2 laps, right? I 2 laps. So I thought I'd really go for it the first lap, and then the second lap I'll just kind of try to survive and pull this thing home. So that's what I did. I started the 800 meters with a 400 meter pace. I even nearly ran my best time of 400 meters. And I remember the commentator was like, oh my God, Salander, like, where the hell is this coming from? I was like racing with all the really good girls. Like, they were all like, what the fuck? Like, she's been training so hard, whatever. And then, of course, it had to happen. Like, after 400 meters, I was like, and everybody just overtook me. And yeah, I mean, I finished. I don't even know my time anymore, but that was really embarrassing, of course.
I get it. And you're just like, yeah, you go, girls.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, great. So this didn't work out.
Different tactics next time.
Yeah. That's the thing about 800 meters. It is quite a tactical race, and I just didn't feel the tactic.
Yeah, that's all right though.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'll try of Clarably, so we know that she's the one, just to be sure. I was a little bit afraid to, cut the connection right in that moment, but we're still here. Girl, those were all my questions. I appreciate your time. It was really fun.
Thank you so much.
It was almost 21 minutes. Yeah, thank you. Clarably, congrats. Yeah, congrats, Clarably, on your spot. Can't wait to see you at one of the events. You take care of yourself.
You too.
You have a great week.
Thank
you. And see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, guys, I am so happy that you all were in this chat. It was really fun for me too. I hope you enjoyed it as well. We're gonna upload, obviously, the video so you can watch on demand whenever you feel like it. My name is Lisa Ramushkat. We will be live again next week when it's time again for another 21 minutes with another amazing guest, obviously. So take care until then and see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.